it's nice getting to know like the just DNA cousins. Growing up, my family's from Ghana, and everyone was cousin this, cousin that, auntie this, uncle that. Like, I never knew who I was actually related to.
I think today is so interesting because it's the biology is the context, and I don't really have a model for what that means. And this feels for me like maybe the closest I've experienced to that. And I'm like, it's not that simple, you know, because you have whole lives that you've built around the people between you, connections, et cetera, et cetera.
For example, the question has come up today, how do I want to cultivate my relationships with almost everybody? I think the prompt of learning you have cousins you didn't know about, this experience is kind of priming me to be ready to learn how to take anyone who is initially a stranger and learn how to be family with.
It's easier to kind of just take the pressure off of it and not think, oh, okay, this has to mean X, Y, or Z. Kind of just figure it out as you're going along.
And I think we're starting at the family unit as this like microcosm, right, from which we want to. But I really loved, I think question 5 was about looking beyond biology. And so that felt like one inroad, right, to that idea of like chosen family. What are the characteristics of it?
But like you were saying, it's kind of like, it's a springboard, right? Like, for instance, you go to school, you're not going to be deep friends with everyone at school. You have your own family you grow up with. You're not as close with other family members as others. But come into an event where you have a lot of people that you have a connection with and you can form those bonds, maybe over time.
What does it mean to be human? Like, what are these components of us? There's like a complexity of the African diaspora and the diaspora of those descendant from people brought here forcibly through the transatlantic slave trade.
It was an interesting discussion because there was a family there, a mixed race family, black mother, white father, mixed race son, and they're from Canada. And the mother was remarking how she's always raised her son to know all of who he is. He has a European background, African background. No one can tell him he's not one or the other.
Yeah, it also raises for me this idea that like identity is, it's not just what we choose for ourselves, it's also what people kind of give us. And it's always hard because what happens when you get to a point when you want to kind of break free of what other people are imposing on you, right? And I think part of it is, you know, people focus on that which they're most familiar, that which feels recent. And so I wonder if it's harder, and I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, right? Even in your family context too, like to go that far back. You know, I'm really admiring the fact that like Adra took this initiative, because I'm just like, she dared to do this, she dared to put this together. She dared, you know, she had the audacity to bring all of us together, call us up and say, will you be a part of this? Like, I needed the excuse. I was like, oh, but why should I get up and do something? Oh, because they're your cousin.
There's also this other thread that y'all are talking about how really just being here is a launch pad to our human identity.
What this weekend is making me want more of is truly a history lesson. I want more anthropology, I want more, what are the arts, what are the foods of Ghana. I need to be immersed in this because there are things that, if that is your culture, you've been here all day and probably just took for granted.
I think on all sides, the Africans, the Caribbean, the American diaspora, we all have lots to learn from each other.
Ideas such as let your vision be world embracing rather than confined to your own self.
I realized that for it to be effective, you have to create safe spaces for others to come in and kind of pour themselves in. Now I really embrace that idea of like, you know, vulnerability as a means to like an authentic learning and growth.